God will work all things for good.
He didn't say they were all good.
Exactly. He has worked all things for good. I still don't like some of his workings.
Yeah.
And we have had a chat about that. I would much rather have a different ending to my movie. I wished I had a different testimony. You know, I used to envy the people that said, oh, I got saved when I was 4 and I loved the Lord and had 4 kids and a picket fence and then, you know, just lived my life pristine to the kingdom, to the glory of God and was lifted on into heaven. I don't have one of those. You know, I got saved 150 times along the way, mainly because I needed it. And I sit here on a journey of being alone now, and it's hard. You know, it is really hard. I think
because your husband had sat here with you and was giving his
many
story,
times, yes.
And he fought his challenge and the alcohol and the various things, and then all of a sudden he's gone.
Yes, this movie kind of goes through the last 3 years of my life where it had to go back a little bit and tell you the backstory of Chonda Pierce, just because to establish who I am and how in the world does somebody become the #1 selling female comic in history. How does that happen for somebody that came through such tragedy? And so the writers, the director, they wanted to have the backstory. And the backstory is I grew up in a very dysfunctional Christian home with 2 parents that were, you know, not all that great a parent. I lost both sisters to death as a teenage girl. One was killed in a car wreck. One died with leukemia. My parents later divorced. I married my high school sweetheart. Things seemed to be okay. We had 2 children that God blessed us with. One walked out of our lives. My husband spiraled into alcoholism because of the sadness, I think a lot of that and a lot of circumstances. And then he died about 1.5 years ago. And my son and I are now here. And my mother passed away in the midst of all that as well. So my son and I are picking up the pieces of that. I say all that to say that is a journey that many of us have. I don't think I have the corner market on pain and dysfunction and grief. It just happened that my lifetime is laced with a lot of that while making a living for 25 years, making everybody laugh. How in the world do you pull that off without drugs and alcohol? You pull it off because I believe Jesus is who he says he is, and I believe the word of God more than anything in this life. I believe he is good, he is faithful, I believe he is love, I believe he cares for me, even when this world beats me up. And I sometimes declare I don't know why, but I believe it.